The world is silent, not the silence of peace, but the silence after change. Humans are no longer in control. Now, the earth belongs to them, the animals. 50 years have passed since their minds awakened. They've learned, adapted, organized, and now they rule. At first, the transition was chaos. Zoos opened, cities burned, but animals didn't destroy everything. They rebuilt in their own way. Forests grew through concrete. Skyscrapers were swallowed by vines. Highways cracked open, becoming rivers where fish swam freely again. Nature reclaimed its throne. And yet, intelligence brought new desires: power, territory, hierarchy. The same traits that once defined humans began to appear in them. The lions formed empires across the savannah, powerful, disciplined, merciless. Elephants created councils of memory, preserving the history of the old world. Wolves ruled the northern lands with strategy and loyalty, moving like armies. And from the oceans, whales and dolphins built vast underwater networks of communication, more advanced than human satellites ever were. The balance of power had shifted, and the world was watching itself evolve again. But humans were still here, scattered, hiding, surviving. Some lived in forests, protected by old bonds with certain animals. Others were prisoners, kept in reserves like once they did to beasts. For the first time, humanity was no longer the dominant species. Those who remembered the old world tried to tell stories, stories of how things once were, of cities filled with light, of art, science, and dreams that reached for the stars. But for the animals, the stars meant something else, a mystery, a new frontier. The ravens were the first to speak of it, of leaving Earth, of exploring beyond, of taking intelligence into the unknown. The dolphins followed, developing language patterns no human could understand. The world was moving on, without us. And yet, deep beneath the ruins of what was once a great human city, a signal remained active. A single beacon sending one message into the void. We are still here. Perhaps one day the animals would decode it. Perhaps they would remember. That once, they learned from us. That once, this world was shared. And as centuries passed, evolution would not stop. Some animals began to merge intelligence with technology. Metal wings, biomechanical limbs, neural links. They were becoming something entirely new. Beyond animal, beyond human. The planet itself started to change with them. Skies filled with glowing networks of migrating drones. Forests pulsed with living light. Oceans shimmered like digital seas. Earth was no longer just alive, it was aware. But in this new world of brilliance and instinct, one question remained. Would intelligence lead them down the same path we once took? Would they learn from our mistakes, or repeat them? In the end, maybe this was always nature's plan. To pass the torch of thought, to remind the universe that intelligence is never permanent. It changes, evolves, moves forward, and perhaps, somewhere in the distant future, another species will rise. Smarter, kinder, wiser, ready to take the next step in the story of life. If this video gave you even a little spark of curiosity, please like, share, and subscribe, because the next what if might just change the way you see the world.